Hi everyone. So I don't know what's happening with Adit. So we have Adit and Ramya from VIT-AP. So hey everyone. So that's the reason of being the delay. One guy is like coming like in back, and another person is here. So seems like there are some network issues. So Adit is trying to get connected quick. So how is everyone? And I hope everyone is ready for this today's live stream. So uh, make some noise. Make sure you are interactive in this. Today we will be learning about Git and GitHub, and we are completely going to create an awesome website and try to host it as well. Vanakkam Tala, Sasi, hi Sasi, and make sure you keep the chat live by chatting something. Nice to meet a lot of new people. Royce Vidyathal, Alon Musk, Deepansh. Deepansh has already got a question, so I'll tell you the whole secret about how I set up all my live streams and other things. But before that, let me give the stage to these two so that they can explain about what Innovators Quest is and what is VIT-AP doing today. So go ahead, Ramya or Adit, any one of you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, thank you everyone for attending this session, and I hope everyone is knowing VIT. So, talking about Innovative Quest Club, actually, it is one of the newly launched club in VIT-AP, and we mainly focus on research and on the technical aspects which will be helping in today's generation. And we have Praveen Kumar sir with us. He's a mentor, full stack developer, and he has a lot info background. He has 12 plus industrial experience as well. So thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming to us. So I hope I'm very excited. I hope everyone is also very excited to start today's session. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks. So today we will be learning about something basically about open source and how we are going to create something in the on the online area where a lot of people can contribute to each other's code or something like that. So before that, I just wanted to know from your side three things. How much do you know about let's say, okay, let's give the direct question. How many of you are good with Git and GitHub? Please let me know. What out of a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being I have no idea, 5 being I'm like a master of the whole Git and open source. So can you all please tell how much you know? Based on that, I'll make sure my the way of teaching is made. So go ahead and also give a small introduction about yourself too. And make sure to keep, okay, seems like Ramya left us. So we'll wait for Ramya to join again. And in the meantime, yeah, let us know the answers. Okay, so we have got 1, 2. Okay, only 1 and 2. Only 2 people answered. Come on. So Alon Musk, since you answered first, you're getting a small cool goodie. So let me know if you're around and just message me. Okay, Deepansh says 3. Chandra Mauli says 2, but I couldn't find his answer. So the first 3 people to answer. So Chandra Mauli, Alon Musk, and Deepansh, you are getting something really cool. So send me a small message on LinkedIn that you are the person who is here. Okay, Aniket 1. Okay, come on, folks. Put the answers. Okay, Shiva has got a great knowledge, I believe. That's great. That's nice to know. Okay, I could see a lot of people who are in the 1 levels. So I'll try to make sure everything is as simple as possible from my side. And this will be a very beginner friendly one. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna do. And before anything, let's talk about what we are going to do. Like we said that we will be looking towards Git and GitHub, and then we will find out a couple of things, and then we will learn about that, right? So without further delay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and also let you know that what I'm actually working on. So for a quick intro, already thanks to Ramya for giving me a nice intro. So my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London, and I'm working for one of the top US-based banking investment banking firms. And I know that a lot of people might have guessed that could be yes. And I'm working as a full stack JavaScript specialist, specializing on React.js and Node.js. So that's my everyday job. And I'm a full stack developer. So being a full stack developer, I do have my website here. So let me try to open up my website and show you. I hope you all are able to see the screen. Can someone confirm if you're able to see the screen or not? It seems like I lost the connection from YouTube. Okay, cool. Yes, awesome. That's great. So without further delay, yes, here's my website. This is praveen.science. So what I want you all to do is a couple of winners I'll be choosing for being extremely interactive, and we'll be giving something like a free domain name or something like that. So this is my website, and this is my web design, the website, which has got a huge picture of me and a couple of places where you can find me. And this is a small introduction here. I've put only the needed details here. And apart from this, I've got like the experience section and education section. In case if you don't have an experience, just skip to education section. What I did here is I just created some couple of copied everything from what I saw in the in my brochure, in the college brochure or school brochure, and then I added to this. And one thing which I wanted to tell is all these numbers are like made up numbers, and I will always ask you all to make small projects. That gives you a lot of experience, but whenever you do some project, make sure you put it anywhere, something like share it in your social network like LinkedIn or Twitter, or LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. They are the like the normal mediums, but it is always better to share it in LinkedIn or Twitter for professional stuff. So if you check out this particular application, so this is something which I did like 12 years ago. This is something which I did at 11 years ago. This is something which I did like 10 years ago. So it will be always good to post these things and look at all these different things which I did recently. So you can see how a person can have improved over time. So that is the same thing with you as well. So try to do something like that. And another thing is writing blogs. So whenever you try to understand or learn something new, a new concept or something like that, make sure you learn it in such a way that you are able to break down things and then explain it to others. Especially if you are able to explain a crazy concept like React virtual DOM to a 5-year-old kid, that's when you are great, like you are having a good knowledge or grasp on the subject. So make sure you do that, and also try to find a problem and try to solve. The approach of the problem solving solution should be documented, because written communication skills are the main things in the work world or industry. And if you have the written communication skills, it not only gives you the confidence to write by text or something like that, but it also helps you in more other ways. For example, anyone who is looking at my blog knows that what I am good at or something like that. So you can keep this as a reference for your potential employer, saying like, see, these are the blog posts I have done. This is my way of solving things. This is my area of interest or something like that. And finally, this is what people talk behind my back, and here's how you can talk behind my back. So that's about my basic website. And I do have my YouTube channel, which is where you're looking at this screen and this live stream. And there are like so many stuff that is going on. Like it's all about coding and Git front end. A lot of things are going on here. So make sure to subscribe and don't miss out on different things. And without further delay, let's directly go to Git and GitHub. So one question which I wanted to ask you all is, how many of you would be happy to have what should I say? How many of you would be happy if you have a time machine with you? Go ahead, tell me. I'll wait for all your answers. By the way, can we all hit the like button? Make the like count to 30 or above 30. I'm going to give you a... So the good part is, if you are having a version control system in your hand, that is going to give you a great experience of having a time machine. So let's say you are working with a code, and that code you are writing from, let's say, yesterday 6 p.m. and it's like 5 p.m. today. It's been like 23 hours you have been working on that. Yesterday night at 8 p.m. you had an idea and you went and created something else, but you want to go back in time there and then you want to work on something else. If that is possible, yes, that is possible using Git and GitHub. So that is something which I would like to give more importance about version control systems. So the main reason why we use version control systems is go back in time and then work on something and then branch out, make 2 different copies of it and then do something. The second thing that we will be working on is, like, if there are multiple people who are working on it, then everyone will have a fair share of things. So today we will be working on Git and GitHub. We'll see how Git and GitHub is different from Microsoft Word or something like that. Sorry, not Microsoft Word, Google Docs or something like that. It is very similar to Google Docs or Google Drive, but there are like loads of differences between that, because Google Docs or Google Drive is for textual information or something like document information, but Git and GitHub is for coding level stuff, and any small minor details will be captured by Git and GitHub. So that is the main thing about Git and GitHub. And it is nice to meet a lot of people. So hi everyone. How is it going so far? Okay, before that, I wanted to ask you, how many of you know the real meaning of open source? Just put it in one line. Person who is giving the right or great one-liner will be getting a super awesome, like $45 worth something. Okay, so this is an open question to everyone. You would be getting a $45 worth gift, and tell me in one line, what does open source mean for you? Those people who have already seen my live streams, please try to not say any answers. But if you have a different answer, I'm happy to hear it out. And by the way, thanks for coming. We have a lot of people, new people: Shiva, Sai Teja, Harshit, Santosh, Banu, Lakshmi Nath, Shiva again, Aniket, Banu, Shiva, Harshit, Alone Musk, and Santosh are the ones who are always there. Okay, Vishnu, Priya. Okay, collaboration is really a huge thing. Yes. So let's look at some answers. One is, open source software is a code that is designed to be publicly accessible. Anyone can see, modify, and redistribute the code as they see fit. That is nice. Free to edit or free to update. Great. Everything is free for everyone. Not exactly, but yes, kind of, yes. Made freely available. Yes. Anyone can contribute. Yes. Open source means unlicensed. Not exactly Elon Musk. There are lots and lots of licenses available for open source as well. We'll go through that. Open source is definitely not unlicensed. It is completely licensed in the way that it is a general public license or MIT license, where the license allows you to do whatever you wish to do with it. Vishnu Priya, yes, we can modify, and we can modify others' code as well. Great. So how many of you want a story? Learning open source with a story. How many of you want a story? Let's make the like count go more than 30. Once it hits 30 likes. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a Kuti story. So we have Surya saying, having developers and others have fun with code and projects, giving contribution in the free world. That's nice, actually. Okay, so only one person wants a story. Come on, let's make the like counts big. Anyone and everyone can collaborate together and create something awesome. That is great peacetime. Okay, so let's go ahead with the story. So let's say we have got Ramya and Adit here in a classroom, and we three are close friends. And let's say if the teacher is giving us an assignment, and the assignment is supposed to be completed today. Ramya is extremely a studious girl, and I'm a backbencher. Adit stays in the middle of the class, and Ramya first finishes the assignment, goes to the teacher, submits it, gets 80 marks, and then, being a good friend of us, don't do it in the main exams, but she's gonna share the assignment with all of us, both of us, and we all are getting 80 marks as well. But at the same time, I am, for one, a curious person who wants to make things better, and I find out a couple of questions, like a couple of issues with Ramya's homework. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna change all those things. Like I take a Xerox copy of Ramya's assignment and change everything and go and submit it to the teacher. I get 90 marks. I show that to Ramya, being a good friend of her, telling that, Ramya, you can improve this way. So here are a couple of improvements from my side. Make sure you are going to improve that in yours as well. And then she copies mine. And then along with that, since she is a brilliant person, she's going to put more changes in it and gets 95 marks and shares it with both of us. We three get 95 marks. So from somewhere we are just having 80 marks. Now we are all getting 95 marks. So what do you understand from this? Come on. Please tell. What is the summary of the story? Okay, we have Adit here, right? Adit, go ahead. What did you understand from the story?
Yeah, it's a team collaboration, and whoever can edit to that.
So not only that, so it is all about like sharing the resources, and it's again team collaboration and really cool things. And one more thing is, put all these things in the perspective. Let's consider the teacher as the developer world, developers like you and me. And we have Ramya, who is Microsoft. The assignment is Visual Studio Code. And I am one over enthusiastic developer who is in the dark room like this. And then I try to do a lot of things. So when I tried to work with VS Code, I could see a lot of things can be changed in it. So that is the main reason I thought, okay, let me add some features. So to make that, I took a Xerox copy, right? It is called forking of the project. So I forked the project and then made all the changes. And finally, I went to Microsoft and requested them to pull my code to their repository and make it awesome. So that is called as pull request. So now do you understand the different terminologies? Pull request, merging, repository, etc. How was the story? Right. The more we improve, the more we earn. Exactly. Earning is not just money, but it is also something like if you are able to make some application using, like, think about this way. You have a choice to write your code using Notepad or VS Code. If you're writing in VS Code, you will finish it in less than 10 minutes. In case if you're writing with Notepad, you will take 1 hour. If this is the comparison, you are saving like 50 minutes of your time, which is worth more than $1 million or something like that, right? Because time is more worthful than money. Together we can achieve more. Yes, all the others are okay. So this is a clear idea about like how the whole thing works. So let's go ahead and start directly into a demonstration. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and also I'm going to share a YouTube video of how Git and GitHub, like how GitHub works. Okay. So what is GitHub from the original Microsoft's website itself? Okay. So in the meantime, I'll go on mute as well. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to share my screen once again and go on mute.
Okay, what is GitHub? Well, GitHub is a platform that helps people solve problems by building software together. So, how does it work? This is Sam. Sam works on tractors all day, but not in the way you might be thinking. She builds the software that helps make tractors more efficient. And she does this on GitHub with the help of her team, VJ, Melinda, and Mike. Now, even though they all work on the same project, Sam and her team don't all work in the same part of the world. This is Eddie. Eddie also works on tractors all day, except he actually works on the tractors all day. And this is the Harvester L700. It's the latest flagship in the company's fleet of tractors. It's full of sensors and processors that produce a ton of diagnostic data. Eddie has a great idea for how farmers might share their data and improve their harvests. So Eddie opens an issue on GitHub. Issues are discussion threads where people can report bugs, request features, or even just ask questions. Sam is the first one on her team to see Eddie's issue, and she thinks that VJ would be the best person to start the job. And here's where we get into the nuts and bolts. Eddie isn't the only person using the Harvester L700. All over the world, other tractors are collecting moisture data, and they need to keep running smoothly even while VJ is working on the new features. He needs a dedicated place to experiment so none of his changes end up on the farm before they're ready. So he creates a branch of the code, an alternate timeline where he can safely make changes to the software. Now he's ready to start writing the new feature. GitHub tracks VJ's changes and saves snapshots of his progress. When he's ready to collaborate on the changes with his team, he opens a pull request on GitHub. Pull requests let you show others the changes you're proposing so they can review and discuss them. This means VJ's teammates can help with roadblocks and even make improvements. On GitHub, everyone has a copy of the project. So if Melinda has an idea for something that will help make VJ's work even better, she can add it to the branch herself. GitHub keeps a record of everyone's contributions and feedback in the pull request, alongside relevant messages from the team's other systems. Once the team has signed off on the changes, VJ can incorporate the new code into the project. The new feature will be available to everyone as soon as he merges it in. Now farmers everywhere can all benefit from Eddie's great idea. But this is really only the beginning of the story. Because GitHub is the largest community of developers in the world, with millions of people sharing their projects, Eddie's idea could end up helping people in unimaginable ways. What kinds of problems are you trying to solve? Whether you're an engineer, a code enthusiast, or even a farmer trying to harvest grain, software touches every corner of our lives. GitHub is where people build that software. It's how they build software. Together.
So how was it? This is what I wanted to share. And cool. So we are back to our track. So we'll directly go ahead and start with a demo right now. So that is the plan right now. And we'll see how we can work on anything related to Git and GitHub. So we will start with creating an account should be fairly simple. So we are not going to go ahead and create a new account. So we'll be using a already existing my account or something like that, and then start working on it. Okay. So here's my GitHub profile. So if you open github.com/PraveenScience, this is how it comes. And this is my personal profile. So what you can do is, the first thing is that you need to create a repository. A repository is something that you can use to tell that this is a public Google Drive folder or something like that. So that is called as a repository here in the GitHub world of things. So we are going to create a new repository here. And in this new repository, what we are going to do is we'll try to use, okay, so VIT-AP Git GitHub. Okay, the first thing that we are going to do is we will see what are all the features that are there in GitHub, and I want a couple of volunteers as well. Okay, so that is what I would like everyone to be like collaborative and a teamwork that is going to help. Okay, now first thing is this is part of Praveen's live stream with VIT-AP. And I'll also show you a couple of Git and GitHub magic as well. There are like loads and loads of things that you can do with Git and GitHub. You don't even need to have a computer for this. Like, I mean, you don't even need to have any software to be installed in this. So let's quickly start with what all things are there here. So we have got this code, issues, pull requests, actions, projects, wiki. A lot of tabs are here. So what are all these tabs? How we are going to work on these things. So right now I'll start with just the web side of things. Okay, so we are not using any kind of client or anything, but we are just using the web. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file. So most probably it is going to be a README file, which tells everyone what this project is about. So I'm just going to click on README, which shows me something like this. So this particular content is called as Markdown. So the one good application for Markdown, which I would say is Typora. So this is Typora, and Typora looks like this. And in simple terms, you have got like, okay, let's say Git and GitHub. So look at this. This one, I started with a hash, which means heading 1, and then it becomes a heading 1. When I click on the source code mode here, so this shows me the Markdown version of it. Now, if I try typing something, hey VATNs, and if I make them bold, you can use format strong or something like this. So similarly, I can use Control B or Command B on Mac. So if I do that like this, I'm able to get the bold format, right? So if you see inside, it is also showing me the Markdown code. It is going to write the complete Markdown code for me. Right now, Typora is not free, but the previous versions of Typora were free. So try to get the previous versions, and this is really a good software to work with. How many of you have already used Typora, and how is it going so far? Okay, for now, I'm going to say something simple. So this is a webinar where you can learn a lot about Git and GitHub, open source in general, and try to deploy a project online. So these are the couple of things that we will be doing. Okay. This is a part of Praveen's live stream on YouTube. So now we can get the YouTube link and then put it over here. Banu, what do you mean by 0.5? Should I go slow, or sorry, what do you mean by I didn't understand that part? Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, Peacetime. Thank you, Aniket. So even for creating links and all, so I just need to select this live stream and press Control L or something like that. It automatically links it. So now I have got this content. What I can do is I can copy it. I can put it here, paste it, and then created a basic README document and press enter. This is called commit. So when I create a commit, it is going to save it under my name, and then it will also show you what all files have changed. So you could see that readme.md has been changed, and from nothing to something has been changed. This is the change, and you can see this in a rich format as well, because this one is a document. A document can be shown in the thing like this. So is there any changes I should do in this one? What do you say? Should I change something in this page, this part? those are called as, any suggestions that you can bring in are called as issues. And commit the frog, like in Sesame Street. What does that mean? Nice. So I want a couple of people to help me with this one as well. So here's the GitHub link, and this is the repository link. So what I want you to do is go ahead and fork the repository and then try to do it. Let me show you once how we can do that. So for that, I'm going to use another account. So I'll go to GitHub. Let me put the same URL. So first thing, if I need to make any changes, I need to sign in. So if I sign in with my own username or password or something like that, another password, let's say I sign in. Oops. I guess I need to do a two-factor authentication or something like that. So just bear with me for a moment. I just need to find where exactly is the email address or something. So in the meantime, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have got. I didn't understand, sir. How did you do there? Okay, Shiva Inspiration Tech, would you like to explain what exactly you did not understand? Please go ahead, let me know. Okay, so all I need to do is I need to do the verification code here. So once I log in, I get into this particular thing. There are some feature previews and other things. So now if I want to edit this file, I go to this file. So it looks similar to a Google directory, Google Drive directory. So if you go to any of the repositories, let's say we go to something like this internship LMS front end or something like that, and you could see that there are like some folders and files, and each folder has got a README document. So if I go to the client has got this README document, and this README document is displayed here. And each and every file has been created in such a way that all the changes are committed to each of them. So if you go inside the list of commits, you could see that there is like added a footer, contact us, and all these social things. It was created by this person called Kashish Kaneja. And we can see that she has added something like a link rel style sheet. Then she has removed all these styles. Then a lot of footer content has been added. Something like this. This is what has happened. And there are a couple of problems with this repository as well. We have got like, we need a quiz section, we need a Slack integration, and there are like so many things that has been created as well. So that is the main crux about how Git and GitHub is differing from, let's say, Google Drive or something like that. So let me quickly have a look at whiteboard, I mean. Okay, you are asking about the editor window. Oh, okay, the Typora software. It is called Typora, and the software name, yeah, you can get the software from typora.io. Okay, I hope it was clear. Thanks. Okay, the next thing that we will be looking at is, so we need to find a way to edit this. So for editing any of these things, we need to have an issue created. So what I would say is I'll go ahead and create an issue. Can someone tell me what would be a best problem to go for? Adit, you want to say something?
If we have any link issues,
Sorry? Okay, let's say
if we have any link.
which link? Okay. Let's say we want embed the thumbnail of the video, something like this. Let's try to have this here. And whenever try to add a issue, please try to give as much as information on the README file. If there is a thumbnail of the live stream, it will be looking good. And we can also say I can do the work if you assign me. So only when the assignment is done, at that point of time, you should be able to pick it up. So we can see that there is one created under my name. Now I'm looking into my stuff. So looking at this, yes, this would be a great idea. So I'm going to say yes for this. So this is about the issues. So once I do this, I'm going to assign this to this particular person who raised it. And now if you see here, this person will be able to see that Praveen Science has assigned to the Setco website right now. Okay. So now they can start working on, or I can also say, that's a great idea. Start working on this. So someone needs to say this one. So once that is said here, so without even refreshing this, it immediately comes up here. So which way? What we can do is we should start working on the changes. So first thing is we need to get the picture which is here, which is the thumbnail. And what we are going to do is let's go ahead and open the code. So this is the README file that needs to be changed. And if I click on this edit, it says fork this project and edit the file. Remember, I had to take a Xerox copy of Ramya's assignment before making any changes. Forking is called Xerox copying in this case. So I'm going to click on this button. Now it says another big message saying like you're making changes in a project that you don't have write access to. We have created a fork of this project, which means it's a Xerox copy of the project for you to commit your proposed changes to. Submitting a change here will write it to your new branch in the fork so that you can send a pull request. That is, your fork will have a list of commits. So you're going to request the main person to pull your changes, something like that. So what we will be doing here is now we are going to create an image. How to create an image? We will be putting this one, and then we can add the image URL, something like this. This is how the markdown thing works. So instead of that, what we are going to do is we are going to take this thumbnail and then put it over here. This will automatically upload the thumbnail PNG file as well. So once this is done, it automatically says a thumbnail here, which is great. And then it also adds our URL here. So I could say that added thumbnail in the README document. So always try to give a good subject and then click on propose changes. Once you are clicking on propose changes, what happens is it is going to do a comparison between the head branches of main and our patch one. So here you could see that you are able to see these two things are working. And one thing you are supposed to do is once we are creating a pull request is the main thing. Here we need to tell fixes number 1, the embed the thumbnail of the video. Okay. So what we can say is I have added the thumbnail to this document. Kindly check or kindly review. That would be better. So now we have given the allow edits by maintainers. We have made sure that there is only one commit, one change, and then the change is also just adding the thumbnail here. There is nothing else. So I'm going to click on the create pull request. The moment I click on the create pull request, immediately in this part, I could see that Setco mentioned this issue now in this part, and then it is also open right now. So if I open this one as a reviewer, it says it is going to fix number 1. Okay. I'm happy. And it is also doing some checks, making sure that there are no secrets, GitHub secrets or GitHub passwords or something like that has been removed or something like exposed. So now I'm going to check on the commits as well, the number of commits. There is only one commit and it seems to be okay for me. the checks are going on. So I'm just gonna, it says, congratulations, your code is safe. There are no secrets in your thing, and no uncovering any secrets are there. So now let's go to the files change, and we can see. So there are like these two things are that is changed. I can go ahead and approve the changes. I checked all these things. It looks good to me. Some people will put LGTM, which means looks good to me, and then click on submit review. This is done by the maintainer. So once this side is done, the changes has been approved, all the checks has been passed, and there are no conflicts with the main branch. Now there are three types of merging strategy I can follow. One is rebase and merge, one is squash and merge, and one is creating a merge commit. So rebase and merge is something like you have two branches. Okay, so there is one branch here, there is another branch here. Let me try to draw for you. So this is Praveen's branch, this is the Setco's branch. Okay, so we both have a couple of commits already. Now Setco has got a different commit. So let's say there is this new commit. That's this particular commit Setco has got. Now, if I want to do a rebase and merge, what happens is there won't be any difference between my branch and Setco's branch, which is great. Okay, this is the first way. Let me undo it. And then if I do a squash merge, what happens is if Setco has got multiple commits, all these commits will become into a single commit, or the steps will be there. For example, you're putting 5 plus x equal to 10 or 7. So x equal to 7 minus 5. X equal to 5. So you can write it this way, like two steps, or you can also do 5 plus x. Sorry, this is not 7, right? I'm so bad in mathematics. You can do something like this, or you can do x equal to 2. So all the middle steps are gone here. So this is squash commit, and this one is rebase commit. So what is the difference between, we saw that there is a difference between a rebase and there is a difference between the squash commit. Now what is this merge commit? So what happens here is, let me remove all these 5 plus x and all these things. And we are here. Now, instead of having this one, it's gonna do something like this. So now this is based out of this thing, right? It is based on this. So what happens is there will be one more commit which comes here. That's called the merge commit. Then these commits will come here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the merge commit here. And it would be based out of like this. Whereas this will be going on in a straight line. So these are the different graph formats of GitHub. So there are these kind of graphs will be happening in GitHub. So that's the way you will be merging two different codes on top of each other. Okay, any questions so far? Was it clear so far? Like any questions at all? So what about Adit? You're okay? Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
So the next thing that we are going to do now is, now let's try to create any kind of a merge commit. So this is a merge pull request. So instead of that, I'm going to do a rebase and merge. There is no options for me to rebase and merge. So just clicking on confirm rebase and merge, I'll be getting into the code. And I got something like, you can see that there is a picture that is being given here. So which is perfect. Now, if you go to the issues, someone has given a title change. Okay, add VIT-AP in brackets for VITians. It will be good, sir. Okay, cool. Anyone would like to pick it up? So this way, someone from outside can also tell that there is a problem in your code. At the same time, you can also be a solution. Like for example, if Shiv has created this issue, someone else can actually pick it up as well. So if there is someone who wants to pick it up, go ahead. So whoever is contributing to all these things will be receiving a awesome gift from me. So don't miss it. Just message. So go ahead, pick it up. Who wants to pick it up now? So after this, we saw what are issues, what are pull requests, and how to. I know Shiva, it was you. So in case if you want to solve it, either you can solve it, or if someone else would like to pick it up, go ahead and comment something in the page so that I can assign you and follow the same instruction, give the pull request, etc. Okay, so the next thing that we are going, Shiva, and don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I want to give you something really, worth $45. Okay, so congrats. Okay, so Deepan Sharia is here. He wants to pick it up. So let's give it to Deepan Sharia. So connect with me as well. It's Deepan Singh. So go ahead. It's yours. So if someone has already been assigned for an application or for a pull request or something like that, for an issue or something like that, don't go ahead and try to pick it up because there is another person who has already started working on it. Okay. Now coming back to other stuff. So we spoke about different IDEs and developer environments, right? How many of you wants to see a magic right now? Just type in magic in the chat box. So with that being done, a small magic being created. After that, I'm just going to do a simple website, web application, and then we are going to deploy it as well, which covers the CI CD pipelines and GitHub pages. So that is what we are going to do. And we will also make a custom domain as well. Okay, something happened here. Nothing happened. Okay, a lot of people are asking for magic. Let's go for it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the code. So here, I keep saying that I want code, right? I'm just going to do one small change, which is a dot. Press the dot in your keyboard. Okay, so open a file and press the dot button. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the dot button and I'm going to leave my hands. Look what is happening. It's going to set up the editor, web editor, which is a VS Code initialization. So let me put this here. Great. So you have got this readme.md and everything here, right? Now the next thing that we are going to do is we'll create a new file. Let's say index.html file. And here, let me try to put some nice pictures, like nice HTML page, right? So we can do spaces, convert indentation to spaces. 2 is the size. And I'm just going to put this like this. Cool. Now the first thing I wanted to do is I want to put a H1 tag where we can put VIT-AP. And we can give a small paragraph which says, hey everyone, we are creating a simple website using GitHub and GitHub Pages. Okay, so this is what we are kind of doing, and I'm just saving this thing. And before that, I'll just try to format the document. Okay, that was useless. Let's try to put slash at the end and let's save it. Once I save it, I could see that there is this index.html that's changed. You can see the differences and it will directly commit to the main branch of the GitHub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say added a basic. Okay, before that, I also need to do some changes. VIT-AP live stream. So let me save this. So now we can see that these two things are correctly there. Okay, VIT-AP live stream is there. Add the basic web page. And then I'm pressing the stick button. The moment I press the stick button, I could see that there is in the code, added a basic web page comes in here. So far, did you have any questions or something? Shiva, what do you want to type? Like, if you want to type the code, then you need to go into the particular file name, open the file, and then press the edit button. So here you have. So let's say if this is the file that you need to edit, there is this edit button. You need to click on this, and then you can type everything. Or if you want to see that magic thing, go to any file, press the dot button on your keyboard to go to this interface. Okay, did you understand? It's a dot button. Just type dot in the page. That's it. So that's a small magic. Shiva, was it working? Is it working for you? Can you check now? Because you have already signed in and you also created a pull request, right? So take a full-size screenshot and post it on LinkedIn. Don't forget to tag me. And for people who are posting on LinkedIn, will also be getting a nice surprise gift from me. Okay. So Shiva, try it out and let me know. Now the next thing that we are going to do is, how can we set up this website for everyone to watch or everyone to view? So what you can do is, let's see, there are two issues that was created. So title change, Deepanshing is working on it. And there is another issue that has been created by Chanakya. So adding an emoji will be nice. Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. And who wants to pick it up? Add some new images. We'll add some new images. Sure. So I will just assume that this is something that Dominus Shivansh wants to do. And we can also make this one done by Chanakya as well. So go ahead and try to do these two things. Going to the pull request, we could see that we have updated title here. So the problem here is you have to write something like fixes in this. Okay. So Deepansh, what you do is type in fixes number 2. So that what happens is, look at here. There are no linked issues at all. Now, if I click on this update comment, immediately it is going to link this issues, which means once I merge this gets the issue gets closed. So it says updated title, added VIT-AP for VIT-ends and title. Okay, cool. And let's see what exactly is the file changed. So it says Git and GitHub, that has been changed to VIT-AP, Git and GitHub workshop. This looks really nice. So I will say I'll approve this change and submit the review. And here we will try to use the squash merge this time. First thing we did was rebase merge. This time we'll do a squash and merge. Here I would be able to do updated title, and I can say do some changes here, IANS in the title. Then I just made a squash merge here. Once I make the squash merge, it says merged, and then we could see that that issue is also gone here. There is this particular issue not there. And if you see the closed issues, you could see the title changes here. I closed this issue in number 6. I did not manually close this issue. Automatically, by merging this issue, I got this closed. Now, if you go to this code here, we could see VIT-AP, Git and GitHub. Contributors, we could see 2 people. This gets updated every couple of hours or couple of minutes. So we need to wait for it. So if we go back to the issues, we could see if there is anyone who is speaking up. So we'll be getting the pull request automatically, and we'll be able to contribute to any other repository as well. This is the complete process of how you can contribute to any repository. Now, coming to the website part. So this is called as GitHub Pages. So if you go to the settings here, on the settings, you will be able to see something called as pages. See, one question for everyone. There are like more than 25 people watching right now. Can everyone tell, like, just one single comment? Did you understand how is it going, fast or slow? Just a few words, please. What do you feel so far? How do you feel so far? Easy, tough, any kind of things, please just put a small comment, a couple of words on the chat box. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go back. So we have got this page where it says settings, and here you have got something called as pages. So let's go to this pages, and it says GitHub Pages is designed to host your personal, organization, or project pages from a GitHub repository. So we need to find the source of the repository. So you have to go ahead and press the main branch. Main branch is the default branch. So let's go ahead and press the save button. And then once this is saved, it says your site is ready to be published at some place. Okay. Now, if we go back to our code and refresh this page, you could see something called as environments. So it has not started publishing. So let's refresh again. Right. Let's go to the settings. Let's go to pages. Still says it is ready to be published. So if we go back to our main page, it takes some time. So let's wait for it. So in the meantime, if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer the questions. Any questions do you have? Has anyone got any questions at this point? All right, cool. So the next thing that we are going to do is, once we have done that, this is like creating a custom, like a custom website which was created. So let's refresh this page. We should have something called as environments, and there is something called as, it was saying like in progress. Now it was deployed by GitHub Pages 1 minute ago. So if you open this in a new incognito window or something like that, boom, here you go. So someone can try to change this HTML page and make it better. So all you need to do is similar to what we did before. You just need to go back and then change something in the index.html. We still haven't got any pull requests. So what I'm going to say is, can anyone change the index HTML so that we can see it live on the website? So change the contents of the index page. So if anyone would like to take this up, happy to assign this as well. I'm just going to give this link to how will my portfolio be visible to people in GitHub? Will just show up under a topic? Not exactly. This is a full-blown website. So you can check out this website here. So Elon Musk, here's the link. So that's a real website. How to tag someone for review or something. Okay, that's actually a good idea. So if you want to tag someone for review, what you can do is, in this reviewers, you have got, I guess I'm not sure if you can tag anyone for a review because you would be a guest. You have to be a maintainer to tag someone in review. But at the same time, you can also do, hey, Praveen Science, use the @ symbol and mention them. You can say, please review my code. Something like this is possible as well. So this will give me a small notification saying that I have to review someone's code, or there is a small notification generated. Got it? So this is one way of doing things. Vetri Chanakya asks, how is the project section in a GitHub repo will be handled? Okay, great question. So if we go to the project section, so what happens here is, this is going to show it as a Kanban board. Okay, So if you go to this project, you can create different kind of like, there's a beta project is there and there is the new project. So beta project has got a lot of features like Gantt charts and Kanban boards. Let's start with the basic project. But this project is related, like you need to go to the complete projects in your account and you need to do this. So to make it easy, let me see how we can do this. So here is all the projects that are available because we need to create a project here. Okay, I was thinking like what is happening? Why am I not able to create a project? Because I'm not in the right user. So if we go to this project, we can create a new project here. And this is, we can say like Kanban board. Kanban board is something similar to a to-do list. So I'll show you what exactly a Kanban board is. It's an agile board. And this is a basic example of how it looks like. So you have got a lot of, small issues or small to-do items to do. And that will be in simplest forms. You have got a to-do, doing and done. In the industry, you have got another tab which says the list of backlogs. So based on the backlogs, you will just start adding the points to be done in this particular sprint. A sprint is like a week's time. And in that week's time, how many projects you can do. So this is the backlog. A backlog is a list of a lot of projects. So for this particular week, we are taking up these things and then we are going to assign it to each and every person in our team. And then that will become to do, currently doing, verification needs to be done. Then it is completely done. So that's how a project or Kanban boards work here. Okay. So that's about projects. That is what GitHub also does in this case. And that's a huge topic to explore, but maybe we can do it in another session. And this is how you will be creating a project. And there are multiple things. There are like basic Kanban, automated Kanban with reviews. Then there is bug triage. So all these things are related to whatever I said just a couple of minutes ago. And coming back to our settings and pages, the next thing that I would like to show you is how you don't want to show a company or someone which says praveenscience.github.io/VIT-AP GitHub, something like that. That would be not professional, right? So let's say if I need a volunteer here. So let's say VIT-AP. So if VIT-AP is the company and if they want to create a website of their own, they need to be they need to have their own domain name or something very professional. So for that, what I would say is start with something like a custom domain. So for custom domain, we need to create a new domain. You need to register a new domain with different domain registrars and other things, which I'll discuss. I'll be putting a video very soon. So have a look at that and see how you can create a domain or something like that. The next thing will be, once you create the domain, you need to attach the domain with your hosting provider, which is GitHub Pages in our case. So what I'm going to do is, how many of you like Jigglypuff? So this is Jigglypuff, the Pokemon character, and I have created something like a Jigglypuff development server. Here is where we will be hosting VIT-AP's website, let's say. Okay. And how are we going to do? Jig.win is owned by me. So I would be having all the DNS control and other things. So this particular website will be coming in a better website. Right now, if you see this, it has got praveenscience.github.io /VIT, something like that is there, right? Let's say if I go to a particular domain management site, so that is most probably it would be Cloudflare for me. And I'll go to the Jig site, the Jigglypuff's website. So what I'm going to do is I need to create a subdomain, let's say VIT-AP.jig.win. That needs to be mapped with GitHub's website. Okay, this is what we are going to do. So we have our Jigglypuff website here that needs to be mapped with GitHub's website. Both are cats. One is Octocat, one is Jigglypuff cat. Okay, so how are we going to map these two things? We are going to use something called as DNS settings. So we are going to use a DNS manager to map all these things. So for that, I'm using this particular Cloudflare, which is the dashboard for all the DNS activities. So now, let me open the DNS site. So here, I will be able to create a lot of DNS records. So if I click on add record or something like that, so I can create a record or CNAME record or something like that. What I need to do is I need a CNAME record. CNAME record means canonical name. So this canonical name record, I don't want to use @ I want to use VIT-AP .jig.win, and I'll be putting it to domain.github.io. And then I'm going to click on save. So this is the website that is going to be attached to our site. So after a couple of moments, it is going to show me that it has been created. Okay. So we can see that VIT-AP is attached to the domain.github.io. Okay. So the next thing that we will be doing here is we'll go back to our Jigglypuff development server. We don't want to put this site right now, but instead what we will do is we'll go here. There is an option called as custom domain, and paste it here and save it. The moment I click on save, after a couple of minutes, it is going to do some magic, hopefully. And then it says custom domain has been saved. Your site is published at this particular site. Okay, cool. If I open this one, boom, our website is connected to our domain. It is very small website. It's VIT-AP.jig.win, which is cool. And I'm going to share it to everyone here. Hey, we have sats on our chat, sats on chat. How to go over tag commits, PR to issue, bug. Tag commits or PR to an issue has been done. Issue or bug has been done such that when PR merge, yeah, that has been done, Satya. We just, a couple of minutes ago, we just explained how we can do that. You are a bit late. No, you are extremely late. You are an hour late. I was also telling about the stories and other things. So this way you can create and deploy a website as well. So far we have got the basic things done. I'm still waiting for someone to create a pull request so that we can see a lot of different changes. So we got one pull request at the moment, added an emoji in the index.html. So Chanakya created this, fixes number 4 as well. So added emoji will be nice. So I'm just going to quickly look at the commits, added the emoji, and let's go to the files changed, what exactly he has done. So he's putting something like this. Will this really work? I'm going to give a review comment to him. Can you please add a space? Grammar is important. And then I'm going to put an emoji as well, the tongue emoji. And then start a review. And here I'm going to finish the review saying like request changes. So Chanakya, can you please quickly make this change and give it back to me so that we can get it merged? In the meantime, anyone who has got any questions? Sorry, Satya, about the time. Kishan Dixit, yes, this is going to be permanently available here. Yes. As long as anyone who is not going to, as long as I don't receive any copyright strikes or takedown notices, yes, this is going to be remaining here. Any questions, any questions, any questions so far? Because we need to wait till Chanakya goes, edits, and then come back. Vetri oda va, sikram. Index session, I don't understand, Shiva. What do you mean by sir index session? Can you be a bit clear? Sorry, Shiva. did not understand your question. Okay, index is being assigned to you. Yeah, I guess I have assigned it to all the three things. Okay, change the contents of index page. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and assign it to Shiv VIT. Go ahead. Harshit, I'm so sorry. Since you came a long time before. Okay, this is actually bad. Deepansh has already started working and he has already added a background color. Deepansh, please don't do this because you're not getting it assigned and then you are working on it. But understanding that you would have worked on a lot of things, we'll say okay for this. Let's see the files changed. So body BG color, orange top margin. Okay, what I'm going to do here is all these code are so 1995. So please upgrade and try again. It's a disappointed emoji. So I'm just going to request changes. And another thing is, do not start working on the code before you get assigned. This particular thing is not being assigned to anyone, but it is currently assigned to Shiv. So should be Shiv who has to go ahead and start working on it. This is the first rule of thumb. Deepansh, now look, you have worked a lot. It's good that you worked a lot, but your content will not be accepted because you have not been assigned. This is the case with a lot of open source projects, and that is the main reason. Okay, now waiting for others. So don't worry, Deepansh, I'll try to add your code. But the problem is your code is very bad code, because I can say that it is bad code, right? Because it is bad code. You have used a lot of old versions and deprecated tags. You should never use those things. So please use either CSS or, I mean, for this particular project, it is completely fine. It's just a simple project. That's all right. But yeah, SATs. These people have never seen Git or GitHub ever. So if we talk about cherry picking commit to release branch and release branches, they will definitely get overwhelmed by the number of information or the amount of information they are receiving. So this is aimed at extreme beginners. So that is the reason we have had something like that. Okay, let's look at the list of pull requests again. So there is a done pull request, which I have like literally no clue about it. So I'm going to directly reject it, because even though you have added all these things, I'm going to go ahead and immediately close this pull request, because this is a dupe of, the old pull request. Number 8. Okay. So never create a dupe pull request. See what it says here. If you go to the 8 pull request, you can add more commits by pushing to the patch 1 branch of this particular repository. So go ahead, open your patch 1 and then add the space and make sure that has been correctly changed. This is another, like a lesson for a lot of people. A lot of people kind of like miss on this part. So if you are opening a pull request, make sure you're using that same pull request to finish it. Elon Musk, SATs, is having like 10 times the experience more than me. So he's my mentor and he's awesome. Aniket, the first thing that you need to do is fork the repository and then create the pull request. Otherwise, you won't be able to edit it. You cannot edit directly unless you are a part of the collaborator in the original repository. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we are going to wait for the pull request to come in. So let's see what is happening here. So what happened in this Deepansh area? So Deepansh area, I have given you what things that you need to do. And also there is one more thing which I wanted to tell. Alignment is not proper. Make sure you follow the basic indentation. Okay. So these are a couple of things that you need to make sure, because you don't want people to see a code that is completely scrambled or something like that without the proper alignment. You are going to give it for the humans, right? Humans code should be readable. It's not machines that we will be working on. So that needs to be very readable. And font, face, all these things are like H1 align center. These are like too much of like 1995. So never use all these things. How to open the patch 1. So if you go back to your pull request, Chanakya, if you see here, it says add more commits by pushing to the patch 1. So clicking on this patch 1, it opens up this particular view. So clicking on this, click on edit, and then you will be able to do this. See, here all you need to do is space, give some spaces, and then click on commit changes. You can see that you can directly commit on the patch 1 branch. So since you did not do, I'm doing it for you. So I click on commit changes. Chanakya already committed. Okay, see what changed. Added space between day. Make sure you are giving the correct writing one word, and you are giving a lot of changes here. Okay, fine. So now if I go back to the pull request, I could see that new changes last, since you visited last, there is added changes between emoji. So the same file, I could see that there is a space here, which looks really good. I'm going to approve it and then submit review. So since I did not see how the emoji looks like, I'm going to do a merge commit. So I'm going to say added emoji and merge it. So once this has been merged, I go back to the code page. So in a few seconds, I will be able to see that if this particular thing is coming up or not. So let's go back to our environments. And 10 minutes ago is what it shows. So let's do a refresh. And we just need to wait for some more time until this works. Any questions? Okay, let's go ahead, refresh this one. 10 minutes ago still. Okay. Great. Something happened, I guess. Let's refresh this page. So it is queued at this point. So if you click on the code, I can't see anything. So we have another pull request. Anyway, let's have a quick look at that. Updated in index changes requested. So the same thing here as well. Depunch. Just click on the main branch of your depunch area and then just go ahead and change it. Now the problem here is, since Chanakya has already created some changes, now there is some dreaded thing called as merge conflicts. You have to make sure you have to resolve these conflicts, and then you have to do this. You can use the web editor for this small conflict. So if you go to the resolve conflicts, we can see that you want this or you want this. I would say I want this. He will be annoyed. So, but anyway, so if we go back to the code and go to the GitHub pages, we can see that 1 minute ago it is active. So if I go ahead and go to this particular web page, I would be able to see this emoji here. This emoji was not added by me. It was added by Chanakya. So you see that how it is easy for multiple people to work simultaneously together, right? So let's have a quick look at the chats. Okay, Shiva has done something, some part. Okay, so let's see the pull requests. Hey, engada pannirka? Shiva, I can't see your pull requests. What did you do? Enada panni vechirukka nee? You have just commented it. You have just commented this whole thing. You should not add it as a comment. You should go ahead and edit. Like that is what is the whole thing about. You just commented the solution. It's not like you should go ahead and comment it. All right. So Shiv, what you need to do is go to the code, click on this HTML, click on this edit, and paste the whole contents what you have done. That is how you should do. And then you need to create a pull request on this. All right. You have really optimized in the best way possible, but the right way is by doing this. Okay, so in simple terms, let's go back to what we were watching. So the first thing is we saw how Git and GitHub are going to help you in a lot different way. Like you will be able to create, how should I say, create websites, create different code bases that can be shared across users. And there is also a lot of people who are able to contribute to others' codes. There are pull request reviews. So some people's code can be reviewed by other people in the team, and they can tell what is good, what is bad, etc. And finally, you can also host your GitHub content in a website as well. And not only hosting it for free, there is also another way by adding a professional domain name to it. So for those people who I have called out as winners, message me on LinkedIn and I'll give you a domain name for free. Okay, through a program or something like that, I'll give you the right way, what you have to do, etc. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed this. So what about you, Adit? Okay, seems like Adit network is very bad. Hey, Adit, come on, you are back. Any questions, any comments? Okay, repeating on how to solve the merge conflicts. So what you need to do is on the pull request page, there will be an option to click on resolve merge conflicts. That will show you two options. Should I take the first one or should I take the second one? So you need to choose one code over the other, and then you need to delete the other lines of code. That's how you would be resolving the merge conflicts. Now, one thing which I wanted to tell is there is like loads and loads of things for this Git and GitHub series. So there is a series already I did for 3 hours. In case if someone is interested to learn the whole Git and GitHub in a practical guide, so look at this link, which I have added in the pinned message in the chat. So go ahead, check that out. That is going to help you out in the complete understanding of Git and GitHub. So with that being said, Adit, any questions?
Sir, any questions in chat box?
No questions in chat box. And anything from your side, anything do you want to say before we close it down?
Yes, sir. Thank you for accepting our request and for being a part of a club. So thank you all attendees.
Thank you so much for bringing me in as well. And as usual, as I say, stay home, stay safe, stay away from Corona, and stay cool. All right.
Yeah.
See you all then. Bye.
Bye.